as you know that this week we are celebrating the International Week of Deaf People, and this is an activity which is started by the Cochlear Implant Group of India. So this year we are celebrating this activity with the Max Hospital and Sankalp ENT and Cochlear Implant Center. So first of all, congratulations to you. Now you are a implantee, you are a recipient. Now tell me briefly about yourself, Tina. Who are you? What are you doing right now? And how your journey has been with cochlear implant? You are using the processors now, both side, and how do you feel?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to be here. I am Tina Garg. I have had hearing aids for 22 years, and then I found I had some difficulties in life with hearing aids. So I decided to see what is out there apart from hearing aids, and I found that cochlear implants looked to be good, and I had a few friends who also have cochlear implants.
Okay.
So I talked to them, and they told me how they found it easier as compared to hearing aids. So I decided it was worth a shot, and I told my parents. We started talking to doctors, started talking to other family members who also had hearing loss, and we found that cochlear implants were one of the ways to go. And then we narrowed down on our decision. So before cochlear implants, I was not able to perceive high frequency sounds like these kind of sounds.
So you had problem with high frequency sounds.
Yes, my
Okay.
speech perception was not
And
great.
speech perception was not great. Okay. And after implant, how do you hear these sounds?
So after implantation, I can hear them very sharply,
Very okay.
and it's been the first time in my life that I heard these sounds and a lot of other sounds, and I'm
Excellent.
discovering them every day. Something keeps coming up.
Very good. Very good. So, how many months have passed since you got your cochlear implant surgery?
So it has been 3.5 months since
Okay.
I got my surgery, and I have been undergoing therapy this
Okay.
entire time, and it has taken a fair amount of my energy, mental energy, physical energy. But I will say that all of it is worth it.
Worth it. Absolutely. How you think, you are a graduate from IIT Mumbai,
Yes.
a very premier institute. So tell me, what difficulties you were facing while you were pursuing your graduation, and what difference this cochlear implant has made to your life
Okay.
after that.
So I joined IIT Bombay for physics in the year 2020 when COVID was happening.
Okay.
So we started off online, and I faced a lot of problems during the online callers because there were no subtitles on platforms, and I could not, like I said, my speech perception was not great.
Okay.
So I was very dependent on lip reading, subtitles, and in these online classes, I could not see their faces because it was a large video call,
Okay.
and then lack of subtitles, I could not understand.
Since most of the teaching was online, so you had a lot of problems.
Yes.
But now with cochlear implant, are you comfortable with these online platforms? With these, have you tried using Zoom meetings now?
Yes, I have. I found it easier because I find myself perceiving some of the sounds before the subtitles come,
Okay.
and I'm able to understand them better.
Understand it better. And since now you are a graduate, you have got your implant done. So, how do you think this has changed your life, or maybe life around you? I guess before cochlear implant, you were relying a lot on lip reading and hearing aids. but now you are using processors on both the ears. So are you still do you sometimes do lip reading, or you avoid it like we have taught you that you should not be doing? And how do you feel the change now?
So since I was using hearing aids for 22 years, I have developed a habit of lip reading, and even now also after cochlear implants, it's very hard to break out of a habit that is decades long. So I'm gradually shifting out of that habit, and I have to force myself to look away
To look
or
away.
to look somewhere else or look at the person's eyes.
Okay.
And I find it much easier. And that I used to have a fear long back when I'm talking to new people. I would worry about how I would be able to understand them because some people don't have very obvious lip movement.
Yes.
So I would be concerned. But now I don't find myself worrying about that, and that has made me more confident.
Excellent. Okay. So, how do you think, you know, the surgery has been? Do you think it was a lot of pain, or do you think cochlear implant surgery is worth a shot for people who are not able to hear? Like, we do this surgery mainly in the pediatric age group, but we have you are an adult and we have given you this surgery. How do you think your experience was, if I talk about cochlear implant surgery as a whole? Was it very comfortable? Was it quite painful to you? And since we did both side cochlear implant, in fact, your father wanted bilateral cochlear implant
Yes.
surgery, and that is why he opted out for this, and which I would think was a very good decision. So, how you took that bilateral implant surgery experience?
Okay. So I have never had unilateral hearing. I've always had bilateral hearing aids, whether it's typical hearing aids or sound processors.
Okay.
But I've used to do therapy at the beginning, first 1 or 2 months with unilateral
No,
practice.
how was your experience with the surgery? Was
Okay.
that surgery painful? Was it easy? Or it was like a routine surgery? It didn't bother you much? How was the recovery with the surgery?
Okay. So this was my first surgery,
Okay,
and it was painless because I was under anesthesia the whole
absolutely.
time. But the overall process was very smooth, and I did not find myself and my parents having to run around a lot. We came to one point, and everything was taken care of,
Excellent.
and it was painless.
Okay,
But the recovery took me a fair bit of time. But
okay.
once that was done, everything was back to normal.
Back to normal. How your friends, your peers, your colleagues, they have taken you, do you feel that, how well they have accepted you with the cochlear implants? What are their reactions about now they know that you are an implantee and you are hearing far better? In fact, you have got a kind of new life with these implants. How do they react to it?
So my family members, I I talked to a few of them, and they found me more understandable.
Okay,
Previously, they had trouble in understanding me,
okay,
but now that was not the case because along with my speech perception, my speech clarity has also improved a lot, and I also make videos on YouTube,
you make
and then
excellent.
when I watch my old videos and compare it with my new ones, I find a lot of difference, and at times I don't like my old videos,
Videos.
but I'm glad that I was able to improve on this aspect, and I'm sure it will become better.
It will become better. Okay. So, do you think that what message you would like to give to people? We are celebrating International Week of the Deaf. What would you like to give message to all the youngsters, or maybe the newborn children, or the adult population who suffer from hearing loss, where hearing aids don't work?
Yes.
What message you would like to give now to them, that whether they should go for cochlear implant surgery, especially when hearing aids don't work for them, as it was in your case that you were struggling with them. What message you would like to give it to them?
So I have only one phrase, and that is to go for it. It will take a lot of mental and physical effort, but in the end, it will all be worth it. And it is always, you have to work hard before you come to the good parts of life. So when you climb a mountain with a good view, that climb is the hardest part.
Hardest part.
So you have to go through that, and once you make it to the top, you can see you have a good view.
Excellent. That's right. Now, you had passed your IIM Ahmedabad exam,
Yes.
and you were about to join there, but then you took the decision of going for surgery. That was a very brave decision. So, what do you intend to do in future? Are you preparing again? You want to apply for that again?
So at the moment, I'm preparing again for the exams because I'm confident I'll have a better chance this time. And I knew that with hearing it, I would not be able to survive at IIM.
Excellent. That's right.
So it was my decision that I would not go there until and unless I had the surgery done. Because once that was done, life would become easier in terms of communication, and it would be easier for me to communicate with people.
People. Excellent. So, Tina, all the very best to you, and we wish you good luck for all your future endeavors. And it's so pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming today. Be a part of this International Week of Deaf People, and I'm sure your video is going to inspire so many young girls and boys and adults who are having hearing loss, but they have a little bit of hesitation with getting cochlear implant surgery done. Thank you so much, everyone,
Thank you
and
very much.
thank you. That's it for now.